We are going to do our part today. Sadly, it will not end the horrific violence in America's public schools. But maybe in my kids' generation, it won't be a common news story. And we can look back on history and said, we did what we could within the role we're currently in. So with that, all those in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? The motion passes unanimously. Thank you.
You don't own any gun stocks per se. You have some retailers like Walmart and Dick's, but what are you after here?
Really, we're after trying to get the industry to stand up and be a safer, more responsible industry. I think it's like a guest said earlier, in the automobile industry, you didn't outlaw cars, you mandated seatbelts. There are safety measures that we're calling on the industry to step up, and we're calling on every level of the industry, from manufacturing, distribution, finance, and obviously sale, to step up and be more responsible. It's a dialogue, and you know, we at CalSTRS have always been about talking to people, having a dialogue and trying to bring about change. And now we have a group of large institutional investors, almost $5 trillion of assets, and I think that number is going to grow starting today.
So as investors, we were looking to mitigate risk, improve safety in the firearm industry. But we felt like we really needed to understand how the industry worked, from when a firearm is made all the way to that point of sale. And it's the point of sale is where we felt that we could make the most difference. So we started talking to retailers. We talked to the largest retailers in the country that sell firearms. We saw them doing things voluntarily, above and beyond what the law requires. And what we found is that the biggest retailers in the country, they were doing it right, and we learned from them. How can we find a touch point within our portfolio that we can influence change? In this case, it was the credit card industries. Ghost guns are primarily sold online and purchased with a credit card. So we started to write letters to the credit card companies. We started to have meetings, and we understand that there was a gray area. There's different laws in different states, and this creates a big problem for them. But we felt that through our engagement, through our conversations, that we changed their point of view. They started to see this differently. They started to understand the risk that we were talking about. 2021, the Biden administration, working with the Department of Justice, introduced new regulations regarding ghost guns that will require background checks, that will require serial numbers. We saw this, there was an opportunity, so at CalSTRS we wrote a letter, we supported the new regulations. Those regulations have now become final. In August, they're expected to be implemented. And what we hope is that this will make it more difficult for kids, for teenagers to have access to these ghost guns. And the hope is that that will reduce the violence that's going on out there right now. When a student goes home or a teacher goes home and they go to bed at night, you don't realize that it might have been something we did along the way that helped them get there safely. And that's where we put the importance in every engagement that we do, in every letter that we write, in every meeting that we have.